How's it, all my fellow collectors of everything collectible? Welcome to another edition of Figure This, Figure That, the Don's Figure Chat. Okay, today this is a bit of a weird one, so bear with me. So this is, as you can see there, the RoboCop Battle Damaged with Alex Murphy. So there we have Alex in all his Detroit cop outfit, SWAT jacket, flak jacket I should say, his utility belt with torch, handcuffs, magazine pouches. You come down, he's got, I think that is thigh protectors. This one here, that would be on his lead leg for when he shoots, just to give him more protection. The boots are just a work of art. Some of the best, one of the best pair of boots I've seen to date. I love the flatness of the sole. They remind me of the coxswain's boots that they used to have to wear on the Namakuras in the Marines. So yeah, I love those. This is the battle damaged RoboCop version. Look at that head sculpt. That's magnificent, eh? So that there is of course him. So we come down, you see all the battle damage to his chest panel, where all the oil and whatever's leaking out. You can see the blood coming from just there by his neck. This is when he's being shot to shit by Clarence Boudica. You can see the battle damage on his thighs. I mean, the battle damage in itself is really a work of art. You can see all the inner workings, and this one is just solely made out of PVC, where the MMS 202 D04 is a die-cast one. You come down. It's honestly a beautiful piece, beautiful piece. Okay, so the funny story about these is, although I have the box with the clamshell and everything else that's involved, these two, I suppose you can call them kit bashed, because I bought him loose and I bought him loose. So for him, since then, he only came with 2 fists. So I've added the big 50 cal rifle that he gets shot with at the end. Look at the size of those bullets in the magazine. Extra fist, so he's got a pair of fists and the darter spike. He's got the 9mm auto with magazine, removable magazine and pullback slide. You come across to this boy. He's got a pair of fists, a torch holding hand, and of course the SWAT, the Detroit cops issue helmet, which breaks apart into 3 parts to fit it on the head. So this hair piece that he's got on there, that comes off to be able to fit the helmet. So although this is all Hot Toys parts, it's still, to the legal name, a kit bash, because I've bought it all loose. Even down, no. Did the box come with? No, I sourced the box as well on eBay. So I know they're genuine Hot Toys. For one, there's not a third-party bootleg of this figure out there, or Alex Murphy. And secondly, I bought them from my mates in the groups, who I think also bought them loose, because they sold them to me loose. So yeah. The darter spike I got on eBay from a reputable seller. As I say, it came with 2 fists. He hasn't got a stand or anything like that. He comes with this 50 cal rifle. which again I sourced in the groups. His handgun, outsourced. Everything was outsourced by the figure. The figure came like he is here with 2 fists. Now why the guys buy this loose is only for that head sculpt. That's all they wanting, to put onto their die-cast MMS 202 die-cast figure. This is the head sculpt that should have came with the die-cast figure, because the die-cast figure comes with a mechanical docking chair. And in the docking chair, he's got this head sculpt here, because the upper part of the cowl is off, and they're reprogramming his memories and his directives and everything. This guy is the most sought after out the pair, I'd say, because you can pick up the loose RoboCop Battle Damaged, albeit you pay through the nose nowadays for him, so I'm glad I got mine before that. But this piece here is the most sought after Alex Murphy. He goes for ridiculous money on eBay, and I mean ridiculous money. The Battle Damaged double pack was only sold in the States, so we didn't have access to it over here in Europe. So we were getting friends to buy them for us in the States and send them over. But as you can imagine, it's a lot more expensive that way, because you're paying customs. Yeah, you're paying a premium for the figures because the guys know you want them. But all in all, well worth it. I didn't go that route. I was lucky. I had friends in the groups that knew I was a big RoboCop nut and asked me before they put them online to sell if I was interested. So yeah, I scored some good deals with these two. The box, as I say, I outsourced on eBay. You can get empty boxes. The art box and clamshell inside. Sometimes they've got the instruction manual, which is over there. But most of the times it's just a box with clamshell and all the plastic wrappers that come on the figures. So in the way of armor and everything, he doesn't come with much extra than what he's got here. So he is just a plain old battle damage version. But really nice, really nice. As I say, made out of PVC. Would have been nice if they did make it out of die cast, but I think it would have cost an arm and a leg for them to manufacture and then for them to sell it to us. So in a way, I'm glad they used PVC. So he was actually shot with quite a few weapons when Clarence gets him in that old refinery. This is the one that put him down, the 50 cal. But old RoboCop, he gets back up and then he uses that to go after Clarence. So yeah, if you haven't seen the movie, do yourselves a favor and go check it. So this auto here, as I said, there's the slide pull back, which is a very nice touch. The magazine comes out as it should. That there's the magazine for the big 50 cal rifle. Look at the size of them bullets, man. They would explode your head when it hit you. And then since I've had this piece for a while now, I see people always ask when you see one up for sale, which is not very often in the groups, because they know what these pieces are worth, you know, and what they are going to become worth even more as time goes on. So you come back down here to the helmet, and apparently it's got a microphone. You know, one of those that slides across your face? I haven't got that. He didn't come with that. But make no mistake, it makes no difference to this figure, eh? He is a honey of a figure, a real peach. He came with the Alex Murphy RoboCop stand. So big shout out to Robert in the Bat Chat, because it was him that sold it to me. and I was going to put these up for sale, both these two and my die-cast robo with mechanical docking chair. But since I started shooting the videos, I realized how iconic these are to my youth and how much I actually love them still. So maybe I'll keep them and sell on some figures, especially one that I consider to be a grail. I'd rather sell that because I know I can get that again, where these are very hard to come by, at a decent price. Very hard to come by. So yeah, dilemmas. Because I don't know if you know, but I'm disabled, so I can't work. So with my collection, it's blood in, blood out. If a new one comes in, like a pre-order that I haven't paid in installments, then I've got to sell one. Not have to, but then I sell one to pay for that. So my collection's always moving about, but I try and hang on to my grails. Sometimes I've had to sell them, like the Keaton Batman. I've sold him twice. And when I got him back the second time, it was that old, nah, that's it, I'll never sell him, he's here for life. But then shit happens, eh? So yeah, I try not to get too attached to these figures, because I know in the end, I'm more than likely going to have to sell them. So I have as much fun as I can with them. Pose them, do everything with them. Like now, shooting the YouTube videos. And then I move them on. But some I keep forever and a day. And I think these three with the mechanical chair are going to be keepers. I say these three, I mean the die-cast one and these two. Because they are fantastic pieces, they really are. So you can get a bit of a pan shot of them. And some of the movie scenes that you can recreate with these boys is just really unreal, eh? It's really, really dope. What's that saying? You can take that to the bank. Or no, that's Steven Seagal. This one is, I'll buy that for $1. It's a game show on the telly. And when Robo first came out, if you watch my die-cast one, I mentioned it there. The TV shows on in the background in the news channel. It starts off with news about Detroit and the crime in the future and the whole move. South Africa's on the channel. It was a time when we were going through all the sanctions and censorship and, you know, early 80s. Because, I mean, these figures now are, I'd say, 8 years old. Easily 8 years old. So they really do stand the test of time. And if you look at my last video, my new video with die-cast Robo, you'll see him with this head sculpt on, sitting in the chair. Because honestly, that's why the guys get this figure, is just for the head sculpt. Hot Toys are famous for it. They've just done it now with the Mark 85, the Iron Man from Endgame. So they announced that they're doing the Endgame Mark 85. So everyone jumps on the bandwagon, gets on the pre-order, because they sell out quick, eh? They sell out quick. Now it's like, what, 4 or 5 months after the actual release of Die-Cast 85? And they've just announced the Battle Damaged Mark 85 with accessories pack. And you don't get no accessories with the normal Mark 85. And that's the one I've got. So it's the same with this. They did the same with Purple Coat Joker and Tuxedo Joker. They do it on purpose so that you have to buy one set to complete the other set to the iconic look. Which I suppose is clever business strategy like, but still, it sucks. Look at that though. I mean, you can see that that's PeterWeller. They've made the face a bit fuller from this one. He's thin and gaunt in this one. And you can imagine them taking that and then putting a whole load of robotics behind it. They obviously had to fill it out a bit. Okay, let's get cracking with some poses. And there'll be some dope 360 spinners at the end. So please hang around. And yeah, I'll see yous on a flip. Okay, so this is how it should look. So I've taken the liberty, because I used this head sculpt in the die-cast versions video, I think it's only fair that we can use the docking station in Battle Damaged versions video. So there's the head sculpt that would be attached. I don't know if you can see it, maybe if we pan. There's a rod coming out the back of the headrest there that fits into the back of the head. And that's how they erase his memories and how they program him with the directives. He's got his monitors either side. I haven't put the stickers on this one yet because I don't like using them. Because if, yeah, once they start used and they start dropping off, you just end up losing them. So you can imagine this is just a fellow officer. It's not Alex Murphy checking on himself in a weird daydream. It's just a fellow officer checking on Alex to see if it really is Alex, because rumors are rife around the station. So there you can see the OCP Detroit Police logo. Those are the bastards that did this to him, because they could have salvaged some stuff, some of the human stuff, and they didn't. So all they kept was the cortex, the spine, and the brain, but the brain has been wiped clean, so they think. He keeps having flashbacks, hence the data spike, which he pulls out and raids the main server to find out who and what he was before they did this to him. But quite a nice little pose there. Okay, I don't think you would get a fellow cop touching another cop on the hand in such a gentle way, like. But I thought it would work well for the video. Yeah. Artistic license, as they call it. Artistic license. So yeah, when you put the die-cast Robo in here with that head sculpt on, go check out the video of him. He really looks, yes, man, outstanding. Exactly the same as this, but there's more silver and the lights just bounce off him, eh? And you can see purple hues coming from the silver under the lights when you in-hand you, but it doesn't look like it's picking that up on the video. So there you can see the battle damage details better. Really brilliant job, eh? I mean, look at the blood, the oil, the hydraulic fluid leaking out. Yeah, top notch, eh? Look at those bullet holes in the side of his calf there. They shot him to shit, eh? Oops. And you can get the gang, Bo Dicker and the rest. I've seen the African-American one. I've seen Bo Dicker, and I've just seen the bald gingerhead one that he kills on the bike. I've just seen him. So these are third-party companies that release them, and also customs. Mostly customs though, because as I was saying earlier, third-party haven't really picked up on these figures. Maybe too much engineering, I'm not too sure. But yeah, there's no third-party Robocops out there, and there's third-party everything else. Look at him though, looks dope, eh? That's what I love about these robos. You can put them in any pose and they look the part, eh? And Alex Murphy is just a dope figure. The attention they've paid to the small details, like the badge, the logo, his little watch. I don't know if you can see that there. No, the face is on the other side. And as I was saying earlier about the boots, look at those, man. They're fantastic. No, I haven't got a boot fetish. I'm just saying they're fantastic. You know, they really didn't waste no expense when it came to these figures. This was back when DXs were still DXs, not Toy Fair exclusives, because they were never the same after they stopped the DX versions. So there you have Peter and Peter in the same scene. Usually only possible with CGI. I do it with a gimbal and an iPhone. Yeah, Golden Globes, here I come. And there was talk about putting me on the Knights list to get a MBE. But I turned it down. There's more people more worthy than me. Okay, I'm speaking drivel now. It's time to change up the pose. So I'll leave you looking into two Peter's eyes. Well, not directly into their eyes, but into their faces, we can say. And with that said, I shall see yous on the flip. Okay, for this last clip, I thought I'd put the two together. Alex Murphy, Detroit policeman. And then Alex Murphy, RoboCop. Put them together and you've got yourselves one dope team. You can just see how awesome that would look in the display cabinet, even if they are only silhouettes. Sorry, it's whenever I come out the studio, and I have to come out the studio to get full shots on the lads. But when I come in, you see, look, I mean, that's perfectly deep edged against the backdrop. Perfectly deep edged. That's what I like about this studio. You could deep edge these two figures with just the magic wand. So they both in what I would class as my favorite stance for them, which is the standing, scanning for targets by Robo, and the walking with weapon held at high port for Alex. It was only appropriate that I end it with the two of them in the same shot, since they are a double pack. I hope that this video has made you fall in love with these figures as much as I love them. If not, do yourself a favor, watch the movie if you haven't watched it, and then come back and watch these again, and you'll see how stunning these pieces really are, how lifelike they are. They have nailed the human touch on Alex, and again the human touch when it comes to Robo. You can see why this double pack commands such high prices at the moment. Well, at the moment it's been commanding high prices now for quite a while. It's because, as I said, you couldn't get this double pack in Europe. You could only get it in the States. It's like when Sideshow say, oh, free shipping. Then you go on, you go look at the figure you want, Oh, no, UK is not involved. It's only for the States. You think, no, man, what's wrong with us? Oh, I love these boots, just in case you didn't know. And there we have it, folks. Stick around for the 360 because there's some really dope 360s at the end. And yeah, make sure to hit like, subscribe, come back and watch more of us. There's some really nice videos available for your perusal. Put your feet up, grab a brew, and yeah, let us entertain you. That was supposed to be the Robbie Williams song, but I totally got the beat wrong. Okay, yeah, so please hit subscribe, hit like, leave a comment. After all, this is a figure chat about figures. This is not a review per se. It's just me talking shite about my love of the figures and saying dope as many times as I can to irritate my aunt, my most beautiful aunt. Okay, boys and girls, that's me. Me and Muerte say, have a great, great Christmas. And I'm sure the new year will be better for all of us because it was really shite this year. And yeah, the Don says, peace out. All right, so that's me back now with a robo pose. A pose that I think everyone will recognize because it's one of his iconic poses where he stands with a gun in the air and he's walking and looking for the baddies. So hopefully we can get him without it going too dark. There we go, in the walking pose. If you see it from the side, you'll see what I mean when I say iconic pose. I don't know if it's coming across that well. But yeah, this is also a beautiful piece, eh? All the RoboCops, Hot Toys went above and beyond, eh? I think it was just when Hot Toys was starting to get recognized in mainstream. Because if you look at their first Rambo figures, my God, they're bad, eh? Compared to what you get today. And it's not such a long period in between. I'm talking maybe 10 to 12 years. And all of a sudden they're coming out with pieces like this. And the die-cast one. I mean, you even get the baby food in the baby food bottles because that's all he can eat. Obviously, because he hasn't got a stomach anymore. Look at that head sculpt, man. Look at the bullet hole in his head. It's really nice, eh? Really well done. Look at the detail between the behind the rips in his chest armor. That's fantastic, eh? And now you can see that OCP police badge 001 on his leg. Yeah, they've been prized figures in my collection for as long as I've wanted them and now had them. That's how good these figures are. To be able to create a RoboCop scene in your cabinet, display cabinet. Look at the detail on the rip in the steel. on his leg. Let's see if I can get it this way. No, it's not playing ball with me. Let's see now. Come on, light up, light up. Lively up yourself. Don't be no drag. No, it's not working. It's a pity because the detail is fantastic, eh? It's very similar to the rip in his chest armor, where you can see the wires and all the inner workings that go into the leg. I love this stance. This is Robo. He's my hero. It's so easy to be a complete bellend, eh? So easy. But you've got to agree, eh? Beautiful piece. I'd go as far as to say magnificent. Why isn't he toning up there? Come on, Robo. Get it together, mate. Okay. Ooh, that's really bad, eh? Why is that? Okay, I better stop here. End this clip. I'll see you on the flip. Okay, so here I've put Alex in a simple walking stride, walking gait with weapon held at high port. Really nice figure to pose, eh? It has got the TTM 20 body, which is always first class, eh? The Hot Toys bodies are so dope. So as I said, got him in just a little walking gait, weapon at high port, and he's going through the motions of checking out the area for bad guys. There's those awesome boots again. I'll have to give you the close-up because I have a boot fetish. Bit of, oh man. Every time I see this guy, it takes me straight back to the movie. And you feel for him, because I mean, they took his whole family away. And that's all he had, you know. And his son adored him. That's why he was practicing the spinner move with his gun, so he could mimic the superhero that his son loved on TV and surprise him and show him that he's mastered the spinning technique. You know, like the old West gunslinger of old. Spin it on your finger type move and slap it in the holster. I mean, even with this Combat Riot helmet on, you can still see it's PeterWeller as Alex Murphy. The likeness is unreal, eh? On all the head sculpts, even on the die-cast face plates, you can still see it's PeterWeller. And all you've got is half the bottom face to go by. There again is the Detroit Police, OCP, their badge. Detroit has become a war zone, basically. Cops are being killed, cops are not being listened to, lawlessness all over. PeterWeller comes from another precinct and is joined, or should I say he joins Officer Lewis, which is a female. That's his partner in the movie. So he basically dies to save her, but he doesn't die. They salvage some of his parts and enter him into this OCP program where he gets turned into Robo. But slowly but surely his memories start coming back, and that's when he goes on a bit of a rampage. And in the end, yeah, he just proves all cop, you know, saves the day. And does he get his family back? I know he goes to see her. I'm sure at the end that's where he's visiting him and her. But you can imagine the son when he sees what his dad has become. That's the Hot Toys, I think, is on par with DID, Dragon and Dreams, when it comes to their weapons. I'd say Dragon and Dreams beat them, but Hot Toys is no slouch either. But obviously their forte has always been the tailoring, the body, and the likeness. Where these third-party companies out there, yeah, very grey area when it comes to copyright and licenses. By gum, what a magnificent figure. I would have said figure of the year, but that year has come and gone already. So I'll leave you looking. Yeah, you guessed it. No, not his eyes, right down the barrel of his, no, looking into his eyes as we go away and prepare for another pose. We'll see you on the flip.